welcome to another message from the streets. Today's topic, interesting topic, but most definitely controversial. It may be offensive to some people. I'm gonna go right on into it. Today's topic is about social conditioning. So many people are socially conditioned by the cultural abnormalities. And I'm just going to give a few examples. People are actually conditioned to the point that they are stuck and they don't um, want growth. They are comfortable and complacent in certain areas that they are in, when most definitely they can go to higher levels. We can talk about food, um, just the basic way that we even think. A lot of people in a lot of parts of the culture or subcultures have made these agreements. And some of these agreements are so egregious as that the agreements of the streets is more like an institution or penitentiary or jail type of mentality. The codes of the jail has come to the streets, and a lot of the people that operate on the street level, they are in agreement with these codes, and they promote them and they advocate them even to their children and young people coming along. And that's where adults have failed young people on account that we don't talk to them and give them both sides of the quantum possibilities, in a sense. Yeah, if you go to these street codes and not snitching, living a certain type of way, eating a certain type of style, curry out, so forth, and even with the eating in the various homes and using certain types of products, some people say, if you tell them that you don't eat swine, which is pork, first thing they say, are you a Muslim? What do that have to do with it? Conscious people make decisions to improve or enhance their health, not just physically, but their mental health. See, when you become mentally aware and awakened and, informed about something, you're either going to stay in an old paradigm or you're going to make an adjustment. A lot of people, so-called blacks in the black communities, have found out that pork not necessarily is a bad thing, yet it has contributed to a lot of the sicknesses in the community, obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and nobody can deny this. It may be not as detrimental in other communities, but each community got to do what's best for them. I was talking to a very intelligent woman not a few days ago, and I told her about some soap, and the soap had carrot and pomegranate and I think garlic extract. And this is what she said to me. She said, "I'm not a vegan." And I was like, what that got to do with it? If you're using a soap that is made out of animal, because this is what you have been brought up and you've been conditioned to believe that was correct. And then somebody say, hey, I got this soap that is made out of plants. I don't see, what the discrepancies is of trying a soap that may, maybe have better properties for you, people, this is how crazy this is why United States is. You say you don't eat swine, but you're washing up with swine. When you brush your teeth, you're brushing your teeth with swine. So some people have come to the knowledge, because of the lack of knowledge that people perish, that swine is in the toothpaste, swine is in certain soaps. So they make adjustments and get other products. And then people see them and think that that is strange. No, that is becoming conscious, because we have been conditioned to accept a certain paradigm that is a paradigm and a cultural way of death. So again, it's about making adjustments. And when we make these adjustments, some people are going to look at us sideways, but you know what? You got to do what's best for you. Like in America, a lot of people, they mentally, psychologically sick. And the terrible thing about it is that people that are in opposition of these people's sicknesses start to actually reflect their mental sicknesses. So like the Europeans, so-called white nationalists, they hate mongers. So some blacks or people of other nationalities say, you know what, they hate me, I'm going to hate them back. What is that saying? That's saying that you're reflecting the sickness of a sick mind on the planet. So you become sick. You get infected with the virus of their minds. And even if it was the other way around, there's so-called black people saying that we hate Hispanics or we hate any group or nationality of people. And those people say, you know what, I hate black people too. That those people are being affected by the psychological illness. So these types of things must be addressed and brought forth and taught to the younger people, because a lot of older people, they stuck. You know, very rarely do you find some older people just make an adjustment. I'm not going to say very rarely. The ratio is, let's say, I'm going to be generous, 25% that may make these adjustments, take them into consideration, and make the adjustment for higher quality of life. But 75% is going to say, you know what, my grandmother ate swine, you know, I always been like this, you know, this is what's going on, this is all what I know. But the thing is this, the things that we know or we have learned doesn't necessarily make them true. It doesn't necessarily make them beneficial to our optimum possibilities of the way that we're living. And most definitely some of these things are stagnating so that we won't grow, we get stuck. So only thing I'm just bringing to the table this morning, that you know what, man, sometimes we got to make some adjustments. Sometimes we got to think on the outside of the box, and sometimes we got to challenge, most definitely, what the hierarchies, you know, the people that's on Capitol Hill, the people that's in these capitals in each of these states, these governing factors, these 100 senators, 435 House of Representatives. If you think that those people want you to be on their level, you are sadly mistaken. Because if everybody was on the same level, they'd be like, hey, we don't got nobody to pay all these taxes. We ain't got nobody to manipulate and control. You got to just remember during the pandemic, that there was a mandate being put out by the 46, that's the current president, that everybody had to be vaccinated. But it was a leak that the people on Capitol Hill and in Congress, they had the option to choose to be vaccinated or not. And with that, I'm saying, you know what, do your homework, do your research, and, you know, don't believe everything that you see, hear, or even think. Re-examine it, cross-examine it, and most definitely don't believe what I'm telling you. Do your own homework, do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and then feed your children the truth. Stop feeding them these fairy tales, these illusions, these lies, these falsehoods, and these incorrect ways of operation that society said is normal, but we know that is most definitely abnormal. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for viewing Message from the Streets. I bring you this message in love, and I leave you this message in peace. Peace, love, and goodwill to all humanity. And remember, praise him that raised him. We are one.